Right, we're told that the mass of Jupiter is 1.899 times 10 to the 27 kilograms. And we're told that the mass of Saturn is 0.3 times this, the mass of Jupiter. And we have to estimate the mass of Saturn. Right, this is a non-calculator paper, so you can't just stick it into a calculator. When it says estimate, this is what you have to do. So, the mass of Jupiter is 1.899 times 10 to the 27 kilograms. An estimate means pick a number that a much simpler number that this is pretty close to. Okay? So let's forget about the 10 to the 27 for the moment. Let's look at this. 1.899. Which number is that very close to? Well, it's very close to 1.9. Okay? And it's much easier to work with 1.9 than 1.899. And that's the whole idea behind estimation. So, again, forget about the 10 to 27. We'll do that at the end. Let's just worry about the 1.9. The mass of Saturn is 0.3 times the mass of Jupiter. So, okay, the whole thing, the exact value of the mass of Saturn is that. That's the mass of Jupiter times 0.3. So our estimate is this. Forget about 10 to 27, it's 1.9 times 0.3. Okay? So without a calculator, we have to do 1.9 times 0.3. So what we'll do, we'll say that that is equal to, I don't like decimals, so we'll just call it 19. And instead of 0.3, we'll just call it 3, because we can do 19 times 3 in our heads easily, okay? So we've converted this into this. What we actually did, to go from 1.9 to 19, we moved the decimal 1 point. Okay, we multiplied that by 10. And the same here, going from 0.3 to 3, we moved the decimal 1 position. We multiplied by 10. So that is equal to that times 0.01. Because we multiplied that by 10 and that by 10, so overall we multiplied, in going from there to there, okay, we multiplied by 100. So we have to divide by 100, which is the same as multiplying by 0.01. I'll go through that again. We want to do 1.9 times 0.3. So what we do, we actually do 19 times 3, and then at the end, we move the decimal points back. Because in going from here to here, we moved the decimal points a total of 2 positions. So after we've done 19 times 3, we have to move them back 2 positions, which is the same as multiplying by 0.01, because the decimal is moved back 1, 2. So we move the decimal 1, 2 to go from there to there. So we're moving it back 1, 2. And now that is exactly the same as that. So let's do 19 times 3. Well, that's 57. Okay? Times 0.01. Okay, so 57 times 0.01 is, it's the same as 57 times 1, which is 57, but instead of times 1, it's times there. Move the decimal 2 positions back. So it's 57 with the decimal moved 2 positions back. The decimal is currently there because 57 is the same as 57.0. So when I say the decimal is currently there, that's what I mean. So 57 times 0.01, move the decimal 1, 2 backwards, so it goes 1, 2 and ends up there, which is 0.57. Okay? So we figured out that 1.9 times 0.3 is 0.57. And we can check our answer. It's always good to check. 1.9 times 0.3, 1.9 is very close to 2. So it should be close to 2 times 0.3, which is 0.6. And 0.57 is indeed close to 0.6, so it's correct. Okay, so we've done an estimate for this bit. Okay, because that is 1.9. An estimate of that is 1.9 times 0.3. Sorry, not that bit. That bit. Okay, now we have to worry about this bit. So the overall estimate is 0.57. Okay, that's this bit and this bit, times 10 to 27. Okay, that's that bit. Right, so we've got it in standard form, sort of. I say sort of because in standard form you don't start with a 0 point something, it has to be a number point something. So we have to rewrite this to get our final answer. We're going to move the decimal from here one position that way, because then it will be 5.7 times something. Okay, so 5.7 times, well, here's our answer. We've moved the decimal point that direction one space, one unit. In other words, we've gone from 0.57 to 5.7. So we've multiplied this bit by 10, which means we have to divide this bit by 10, and then that would be the same as that. So how do you divide 10 to the 27 by 10? Well, it's just 10 to the 26. Because 10 to the 27 is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, 27 times. So to divide that by 10, just remove one of those 10s. So it becomes 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, 26 times. Okay. And there's our final answer. An estimate for the mass of Saturn, which is that, is that. It's 5.7 times 10 to 26. Good. And the final part of the question says, give evidence to suggest whether this is an underestimate or an overestimate. Okay? Well, what did we do when we went from there to there? That's how we wrote our estimate. What we did is make this number slightly bigger. 1.9 is slightly bigger than 1.899. And so our estimate is an overestimate. Okay? Because we rounded up. There you go. That's how you do estimates.